That's my cue.
Okay.
Our title reader tonight is Amy Levine. Thank you, Amy, for volunteering. And our judge is Jan Lightfoot. And I'll read from her biography a little bit. Although never formally trained, Jan has always been involved with photography in one way or another. Transitioning from her own darkroom in high school, she joined the Idaho Statesman newspaper photography staff and also worked in custom photo color printing labs, both in Idaho and California. She became a certified photographic counselor through PMA while managing Wentling's camera in Walnut Creek, taught photography classes, conducted photo field trips. She's a member of the Sierra Family Camera Club of
Not anymore.
Sacramento, Viewpoint Photographic Gallery, the Professional Photographers of Sacramento Valley, and the Photographic International Exhibition from 2016 to 2022. During her tenure, Jan oversaw multiple divisions, including open color, open creative, open monochrome, nature, and wildlife. And she continues to judge for clubs and venues throughout the United States. Her philosophy in judging has always been to provide the maker of an image with honest, positive feedback. I stress the importance that constructive feedback can be a valuable tool to learn and see creatively, and to acquire a better understanding of how photography is both an art and a science. My ultimate goal in judging an image is to help photographers find expression within their own style of photography. And so with that, I'll
Thank you, Bill.
share the screen. Thank you, Jen, for coming.
Nature, basic and intermediate, 3 images.
We can barely hear you, Amy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oops.
At least I can barely hear you.
Is it any better now?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
Are-
Basic and
are we
intermediate,
recording
three
this?
images.
I'm sorry, are we recording this?
Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you.
The king tides, the highest in over 25 years, brought coastline foam. King tides occur when the earth, moon, and sun align in a way that maximizes the combined gravitational pull on the ocean.
Yeah, I believe in this image we're seeing the aftermath of the king tides. Um, lots of wood and foam down there has been washed up into this cove. Couple things. I think an area of opportunity would be to metering for the sun. Be sure you want to actually meter for the highlights in this, and your foreground will go dark, but that's what you'll bring out in post processing. And also just make sure that your horizon is straight. It's a little tip to the right here, and you really want that to be realistic, and so it's going to be realistic if it's a straight horizon. So details count, and thank you.
Male baboon, Papio ursinus, Mustela bush camp, South Africa. Adult male baboons develop enlarged canine teeth and increased body mass, which play a role in dominance interactions.
This baboon was photographed in really beautiful light, either early morning, late afternoon. It's technically very well done. And of course, most important is that the eyes are sharp. Would I like to see those canines as described in the title? Of course, but you may have to wait a long time for one of them to yawn or somebody else to, like look like they're going to bite somebody. But, that said, always be on the lookout for ways to elevate your images. Thank you.
Masefla Bush Camp, South Africa. Cooperative hunting is primarily conducted by lionesses, with success dependent on spatial positioning and use of vegetation cover rather than pursuit speed.
This is a nice portrait of this lioness. However, a portrait does not always convey the story that is described in the title. Look at it this way. Think of it as an exercise in choosing nature images for competition. If you didn't have that explanation of cooperative hunting, and you could only use, say, a limited title, less than 5 words, would you change the way you see this image? The photographer may see a lioness hunting, but does that final image convey that perspective? So a strong image of nature will stand on its own, even without words. Thank you.
Nature Masters, 8 images. A southern masked weaver constructs an orb-shaped nest out of grass for a potential mate. KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. This
is an excellent image. It's very sharp. It's got a very nicely blurred background. The bird is centered in the image, which creates this. This is the hero of the image, and it's a title that very simply tells us what's going on. In particular, the eye showing, through that kind of maze of grasses is very well done. Thank you.
Winter's Grip. From the Icelandic highlands, Shadowfandaflot River plunges over remote waterfalls, lava formed columnar basalt, which is encased in seasonal ice. Yeah, this is an excellent composition. I love the color palette, the blues and the browns. I love the contrast between the stillness in the scene and the motion in the water, using a longer shutter speed. The sky isn't even necessary in this. So I'm glad you minimized that because we want to focus on exactly what you saw, which is this waterfall and the blue water below. So snow can be tricky to expose properly also, and I think you really nailed it here. Thank you. Winter Monarchs, 104. Every fall, millions of monarch butterflies migrate from Canada and the US to the mountains of central Mexico to overwinter in huge clusters in oyamel trees. 2. Butterflies in the cluster are mostly in a semi-hibernating state, but sunny weather can warm the least protected, and they take to the sky by the thrilling thousands. 3. Some butterflies forage for nectar, though most live on stored nutrients during the 4 or so months of their stay in the mountains. There is not enough nectar for all. 4. Another interesting...
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry, no, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Another interesting behavior, puddling, is where they gather to drink water. Monarchs are a growing attraction for ecotourism with local benefits for Mexico. You're on, Jan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that they're growing in ecotourism because that's going to mean that people pay attention to stuff like this and then hopefully help it along. Each image in this sequence is very strong, and it tells about different behaviors of the monarchs. And I think the pictures really convey what the story says very well. Thank you.
A unique behavior of Galapagos sea lions is approaching snorkelers and spinning upside down while blowing bubbles to signal a desire to play. Galapagos National Park, Ecuador.
First of all, how lucky for you to be in the Galapagos and then to be snorkeling or scuba diving and having this playful seal come straight at you. I've been in the Galapagos and I've had this happen too. And it's incredible. It's a special moment you'll never forget. And the bubbles here really enhance the images, the image, I think, and really add interest to it. And the fact that he's coming, to you upside down is so interesting. But I think the most important thing here is that you've really got his eyes in focus, and boy, that makes that immediate connection with this little guy. It's a great image. Thank you.
Super tuskers like Michael are very rare elephants, with tusks weighing at least 100 pounds. About 30 are left in Africa. Paternity is rarely known, but genes for large tusks are hereditary. Kenya.
Yeah, just a great picture too. There's so many here. It's going to be hard to decide who gets what, but this is it's so detailed, and I love the overcast sky, which softens all of the shadows, and it's just amazing that the difference in size here between the adult and the baby. And it's hard to believe that the baby's going to grow up and look like mom or dad. But just a very, very nice image, good composition, technically very well done. Thank you.
Hippopotamus aggression can get extremely high. Male hippos will fight over dominance and territory, and they sometimes can even result in death to one another. Okavango Delta, Botswana.
Yeah, another really well done image. This is fantastic action between the two hippos caught up really close. And you can see the top teeth of the hippo on the right almost sinking into the nose of the hippo on the left. How many times do you get an opportunity like that? Everything is very sharp here. And the one thing too is that you don't have to see the whole bodies of the hippos to know that they're there, because our brain tells us that. The action, I think, is what's important here, and I think you caught just a beautiful action shot. Thank you.
Ring-necked pheasant, Asius colchius, is found in open country, farmlands, brushy areas, and woodland edges.
So the eye is sharp, and the placement of the pheasant is off center, which is nice. And it's interesting to note that cutting off the bird's legs is, believe it or not, well done. Because number one, they probably have disappeared in the bushes below. And two, if you do have to crop any animal, whether it's a two-legged or a four-legged animal, you want to be sure that it is above the knees, closer to the chest, as it is here. And you don't ever want to cut off the legs at a joint like the knees or the ankles. So just by the way you positioned him in the frame, I think works very, very well. Thank you.
Patricia, one of two. Jaguar with her cub Macala. In Brazil's Pantanal, a conservation project records each jaguar's age and lineage, showing Patricia is the matriarch of 7 jaguars in the area. 2. Patricia and Macala a year later. They continue to play as she trains him for independence and adulthood. Patricia is now 13, and he may be her last cub, making time together even more special.
So I'm gathering that these two have been spending a lot of time in the water together, and that tells a really good story of between the mother and the son. I think it's just a very sweet connection that they have, and the time, or the fact that they are spending so much time together, is just proof that these animals have a strong bond between each other. And I think that's what these 2 images are showing us. Thank you.
Pictorial, Basic and intermediate, 5 images. A war was waged at this table on New Year's Eve, a meal for the books. We couldn't even finish our dessert.
Yeah, this is an interesting arrangement of elements, and I'm sure it looks to me, yeah, like it's the morning after a big party. The dessert is in the wine glass. It looks like, and it's half eaten. Long shadows are created by the glasses, and the mess left behind. It's evident that this image, it gives us kind of a gritty feeling looking at it. Late night kind of glow about it, and maybe a reflection of how the people who partied are feeling in the morning, maybe a little bit messy and gritty themselves. Thank you.
Simple things fill me with wonder and delight, like the way sunbeams streaming through the forest on a morning walk set everything aglow.
Well, this is an inviting image that says, come take a walk with me. That's the feeling I get. And I think what helps to set this image off is that it's such a personal image for the maker, and it helps me appreciate what the maker's feeling. Some people might say, oh, it might be better to have a person in there. But in this case, I think the image really speaks for itself. There's a beautiful leading line taking your eye back into the pathway where the rays are coming down, and you just kind of want to keep going. And this is a good example of what I think a really good pictorial image can be. It doesn't have to just blow your mind, but it can be very beautiful in a very simple kind of way. Thank you.
Power and dust.
And this one too has really good impact for a pictorial image. Straight on action makes this a powerful image, first of all, and a fast shutter speed catches that dirt and dust in, right as it's happening, and up to the horse's belly even. There's a lot of movement in the chaps, a lot of stuff going on here, and I think you captured it very well. Again, it has really good impact overall. Thank you.
Three oaks.
Yeah, nicely composed. The light is beautiful. Late afternoon again, probably. I love the fog. It's always that element in landscape images that help to elevate the scene. I'm kind of wondering about the road. I do find it a little bit distracting. And I think if the aspect ratio perhaps was more horizontal instead of square, I think the three oaks probably, because I do see the three oaks, but I think without that road, they might even be a little bit more prominent. So, and that's otherwise, yeah, I think it's just a very, very nice image. Thank you.
Lone oak in winter fog.
The fog and the perspective of the tree alone on this slope gives this image, for me, great visual appeal. It's placed in the center of the frame, again, telling the viewer that there's beauty and simplicity, and the tree is the hero. If you really wanted to go totally minimalist on this, you could clone out the little branches that have fallen on the ground there, clean it up just a little bit. But again, that the fog creating that atmosphere, and the fact that it's on this slope all by itself is it's very simple and yet powerful. Thank you.
Pictorial advance, 3 images. Ready for the dance.
I love the costume. I love the colors. I love the expression. It pops off this black background. On on closer inspection, I think what is holding this back for me just a little bit are the leaves on the right-hand shoulder and the left shoulder, which they're just floating in the air, in midair. They don't appear to be attached to anything. And, you know, it's those little details that will always pop out to the viewer in cutout images. So I would take care when doing this kind of work to really make sure that you find a way to include them or have them make, you know, just so long as they're not just floating in midair. Thank you.
This fence has lived many lives. Now it's showing off its colors and textures.
I think there's some definite interest in this nice composition. The detail of the hinge and that little wire coming through the fence with the hole at the bottom. And there appears to be some faded writing on the left. I like the distinction also between the red color and the faded yellow colors. And yet that hinge kind of ties it all together. So for, you know, for a simple image like this, there's lots of little details to observe. Thank you.
Napa isn't just about vineyards.
So believe it or not, I used to attend this church when I lived in Napa back in the 80s, and I loved it. I love seeing it here in the blue hour with the bright blue light show that's going on, and the contrast of red in the theater across the street really definitely gives you that feeling of being uptown. And of course, the colors in the sky really set it off. And the other thing I really appreciate are the straight verticals in this image. Nicely done.
Pictorial.
10 images for masters.
10 images. Please mute whoever that was. Forest floor.
Okay, nice composition. The branches placed diagonally in the frame with this largest clump of moss kind of being in the area of a PowerPoint. And it's a good palette of color, and the focus is very sharp throughout. It's one of those intimate landscapes that are often found just you know, right there in front of us. And so it's up to us to pay attention to that kind of thing. Very nice, intimate landscape. Thank you.
Kaleidoscope.
So lots of diagonal lines here, bright colors, all meet together to form some very interesting patterns. A small detail of an eagle down there becomes the focal point. You know, even though it's placed very low in the composition, it's not a deal breaker, but just something that's noticeable right away. And you know that rules are made to be broken, right? So the colors are very dominant in this. Thank you.
Fear the sausage.
And the humorous is evident here and makes for a great story, I think. And it's all contained in one frame. So you have the unobservant girl or girlfriend, you have the boyfriend trying to guide her away from the cleaver of all things, and of course the raw meat. And I'm assuming that's raw meat anyway. Maybe it's just sausages hanging from the hooks, but it is interesting, and I like the elements of 1, 2, 3 people in there. The butcher and the girl and the boyfriend all make for come together with a nice composition. Thanks.
Hanging reflection.
Is it okay to split an image right through the middle of the composition? Of course it is. especially when you have a reflection in the water, and it's creating a mirror image. And that one diagonal deep line in the rock kind of works as a focal point and is also part of this kind of triangular shape that we're seeing. It's a calm scene, and yet the composition, I think, is very dynamic. So one can enjoy the rest of the image and the colors, and it's very pleasant to look at. I enjoy looking at this. If you wanted to make the water just absolutely like glass, you can go in there and clone out the little tiny spots that are there. But you know what? That's not a big deal. It's beautiful the way it is. Thank you. I love intimate images like this, landscape images. This is a nice detail shot of a tree, and it really shows that you don't need to include an entire subject to see the beauty in part of it. So this is, again, I would call this an intimate landscape, which allows you to see detail, such as the cobwebs and the color of the leaves and the little curly cues at the ends of the leaves and the yellows and the greens. And then in the distance, you have the tree on the left-hand side, which honestly really helps the composition to give it a little balance and weight. So nicely done.
Once fabulously prosperous, the old diamond mining town of Oldman Scott is now a ghost town, taken over by the desert sands, Namibia.
A very strong composition. The vertical lines make it very strong, and you have this series also of vertical images within the doors themselves. So that repeating pattern is very effective. With a little bit more, the lighting too is just gorgeous. So, but I think with a little bit more work in Photoshop, or, if you have the tools to do it, you could go in there and perhaps clone out that footprint in there, and make it look like the sand had just been, like a windstorm came through and blew all the sand. So it looks very, very natural instead of having a person's footprint in there. But again, that's certainly not a deal breaker. But a very nice composition. Thank you.
Light on water.
An interesting reflection. This has greens and yellows and blue colors in it, which are all very harmonious together. My only issue here is really with that appearance of a bit of land maybe in the top right-hand corner, which doesn't look like it should be there. I don't know, but it's a bit distracting for me. But I love the reflection itself. Thank you.
Breath of Sonoma.
The light is filtering through the fog here again, giving us that ethereal feeling that fog does. And the pattern of trees is layered and creates depth in the image. However, there's, for me in particular, my feeling is that there's a lot of real estate, which is the sky up there, and I might suggest cropping it down to just above the top of the trees. I would do that if it were mine. And I think this image would also look really nice in black and white. It just has that quality to be a good black and white image as well. Thank you.
Light from Another Age, Andromeda Galaxy M31.
Well, there was talk about this at the beginning of before the judging started, about the galaxies and whatnot, and it's really hard for me to wrap my head around this looking at it and thinking that it's taken millions of years for the light from this galaxy to reach our eyes. It's just fascinating in so many different kinds of ways. The colors look very true here. I don't know, I've never looked at this galaxy before in my life, except in photographs, but I feel that the colors are very true. And we have a nice black sky with pinpoint stars. Some of the other stars, or maybe they're galaxies, have a glow to them, which I kind of would expect. And the only thing is there's a little bit of blue stippling or blue purple stippling in the outer rings. But, you look at it from a little bit of a distance and that all goes away. It's just a great image. Thank you.
Timeless white.
Beautiful color and beautiful subjects against this white background, which gives the impression that it's a high key image, that maybe was what the maker intended. I think the wing position is just a perfect catch, with the wings just spread out to the side like that. I do feel that this might be a little bit more impressive with a little bit less white cropped from maybe both left and the right side. But there's also, if you look close at this, there's also a little bit loss of texture in the feathers themselves if you come in too close. But a beautiful color and nice composition in this. Thank you.
Okay, we've finished nature and pictorial. 29 images we have, or entries. We have a 5-minute break, and then we'll do the alternate category as well as travel, 24 more entries.
Okay.
You have 2 more categories. The alternate category is stillness and movement.
Stillness and movement, basic, 1 image.
Mm.
Amy?
I read it. Did you guys not hear me?
No, we didn't hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Following a heavy rain, the sight and sound of Sonoma Creek running through its deep green and silent canyon rejuvenates my spirits and soothes my soul.
Yeah, this is another really good composition. The water acts like a leading line to take our eye right back up under the fallen log there, up clear to the top of the image. And I like the shutter speed you use to soften the water. This image does have a pretty heavy blue cast to it, and I know that it's a creek with cold water in it, but even the whites here are very, very blue. Correcting this is pretty easy. Whatever post-processing system you use, if you would just add some yellow to this and maybe a swig of black, it would give it some punch, but it would lessen that blue and actually warm up the rocks a little bit, and also the green. Thank you.
Stillness and movement, advanced, 11 images. Taiko drumming, a union of motion and stillness.
This really has, great detail, and it's up close, and so you feel really close to the action here. You can really sense the contrast between the stillness and the movement. It's kind of it's very original and a good portrayal of the alternates theme. Nicely done.
Downhill streaming, Sugarloaf Ridge State Park.
Here, I think the green ferns help to create the stillness of the image, and And the moving water adds the motion. It's an intimate scene again, an intimate landscape scene. Maybe shoot from a lower angle, just a thought. You might get a little bit more of that intimate landscape within the frame itself. Thank you.
Photobombing the Napa Lighted Art Festival.
Yeah, somebody riding through on a bicycle is captured while that other person is I guess taking a picture of the lighted lantern, huge thing. And I think the image ends up being quite creative, actually. The timing is everything here. And it's interesting to note also that the front tire of the bicycle is pretty much non-existent. And that's because when you're using slow shutter speeds, details tend to disappear. So he's going through there quite fast, and there's definitely that contrast of stillness and motion here. Again, nicely done.
Speeding past the stillness on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well, if you know how particular I am of making sure that horizons are straight all the time, you're probably expecting me to say, oh my gosh, straighten out the horizon. But in this case, it's very intentional, and it's a skewed composition. I think it's clever. It enhances the speed at which the rider is going, and the lines coming down from the top of the bridge really point to the rider and say, look at this guy. So I think it's a very clever image. Thank you.
Ebb and flow.
And again, a slow shutter speed, giving the water motion, the appearance of motion while the rocks are static. This is a very popular place to photograph on the California coast. And I think you've definitely done this particular scene very well. You've done it justice. Thank you.
Serenity.
I really like this image, but for me, the contrast of stillness and motion is very subtle to the point that it's almost hard to discern. The viewer may struggle to find it. And I say that because is the movement represented by the arms of the rowers in the boat, or is it the water, which is very still with just a slight bit of texture or movement in it or on it? So I'm not quite clear. I'm not sure how what the vision was of the photographer that did that. Overall, though, I love the image. Thank you.
Surf watching, Sonoma Coast.
Here, the seagull is very still, perfectly still. Actually, I'm sorry, there's no such thing as a seagull. There are all kinds of different gulls, and none of them are seagulls, actually. But we're so used to saying that. I like that the gull is off center in the image with the motion directly behind him, because that is a nice contrast of elements right there. And of course, your eye just goes directly to the seagull right off the bat. Nicely positioned in the composition. Thank you.
Quick foot and hand action wins Sipak Takla, a full body volleyball played with a rattan ball, Bangkok.
There's good balance in this composition with the player on the left and the man watching him on the right. So the net kind of, visually it kind of connects them together. The emotion is captured nicely in the player's face and we see the ball clearly. The motion is again somewhat subtle. You can see his foot moving, and the ball is soft. It's a little blurry, but I think it's still just enough to show the difference between what is still and what is actually moving in the image. Thank you.
Surf's up.
Okay, this wave is sure kicking up high, and it's definitely moving. However, you know, this is different. This was shot with a very, very fast shutter speed in which it's freezing the motion. So I'm a little bit torn between freezing the motion or allowing the motion to be more of a literally visual part of the image, if that makes sense. As you know, as compared to the still elements of the image, the water, this huge wave, is also still, but it's in motion. So it's a little bit of trickery there, but still very nice scene. And I like that seagull floating through. I said seagull again. I'm sorry. The gull looks like a California gull, actually. So yeah, just giving that a little bit of a focal point there. Thank you.
The pasta maker.
Here the motion is used in a close-up of just the hands while the pastry cutter itself lies on the counter, not moving, obviously. It's a very simple concept. However, I really don't feel as engaged with the image as I'd like to be. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's that I want to see more of the hands, especially the left hand, or exactly what it is, but I want to feel a little bit more engaged. Thank you.
Cluster of honeybees after the swarm.
This image also is a little bit of a conundrum for me. We know that the honeybees are moving around. We can tell that by how many there are, and that they're probably crawling over each other and that sort of thing. And a swarm generally includes a lot of motion. However, translating that motion into something visual is the challenge. And although the image is very interesting, the motion is implied, okay, and not really being seen in the image. We just have to kind of visualize or believe that that's really happening, if that makes sense. Thank you.
Travel, basic and intermediate, 2 images. Onlookers admire the traditional attire of the Aztec dancer during the Thursday night art walk, San Jose del Cabo, Mexico.
This, I believe, is one of 2.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Didn't. No, no, it's not. Sorry. It's we have 2 entries in this category, but it's only one entry.
It's not a sequence.
It's not a sequence.
Oh, it is not. Okay. I took it to be a sequence. So because it says one of 2 on my screen. I don't know. Does that?
It's one of 2 entries in this category.
Oh, one of 2 entries. Okay. All right. That explains why I was kind of confused by this.
Yeah,
so, okay. All right. I'm going to kind of start over here then.
we usually have a sequence title if it's a sequence.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I saw that one of 2. And so I assumed it was, you know, was a sequence. Okay. So this image does have impact, or I'm sorry, I think the colors are really vibrant. I think what happens for me is that the dancer gets kind of lost in the background. There's so many people standing around, and the feathers kind of get lost. And the feathers really should be prominent and really stand out. The dancer is also turned. He has his back to us, so we can't see his eyes. It would be really lovely to be on that other side and shooting towards the dancer so you could see his eyes. So because there's little separation between the dancer and the background, I just don't think that's. I just wish that it had been taken from a different vantage point. Thank you.
Joshua trees helped Native Americans survive in the high desert. They wove the tough. Oh, sorry. We'll get it right.
I'm get ahead of you, and I shouldn't be doing.
They wove the tough leaves into sandals, baskets, and clothing, ate the nutritious buds and seeds, and made soap and dye from the roots.
I think this image is, very, very different than the first one. So I like the story here. I think it's a really great picture of this Joshua tree, and the composition is nice. The tree sort of leaning into the frame. Yeah, so this one is it's very nice. I may Bill have to talk to you after this then about these two images.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
So okay. Yeah, so I had commented on this base as a sequence, so I want to get out of that mode. But I think this image really stands on its own here. Thank you.
Travel, advance, 3 images. Castiglione, Amalfi Coast, Italy.
All right, lots of details to take in with this image. I like the top 2/3 of the image. My eye goes straight to the building at the top, that orange building. And the bottom part of the image feels a little bit crowded, particularly due to the huge openings there. And also that the shoreline has been kind of cut off. The water has been cut off. So really, really close to the shoreline. And I wish there was a little bit more breathing room down there. The top of the image really makes kind of this nice triangular shape with that orange building being at the top. And I think there's a lot of detail to look there for interest. But I just don't feel that there's enough breathing room on the bottom. Thank you.
Durdle Door, carved by the erosion of waves on the Jurassic coast of Devon, UK, a World Heritage Site.
So who says you can't take a nice picture on a bright sunny day? I think this is a really nice picture. The composition fits into the rule of thirds nicely. The horizon is straight. You have really nice contrast between the green hills and the water and the sky with the white clouds. And it's a little hard to see the arch that's there. It's not really noticeable right off the bat. You kind of have to spend some time in the image looking for it. But I think it's still a very unique feature of this particular image. Thank you.
You may see a traditional Shinto wedding at the Meiji Jinju Shrine, Tokyo. The red umbrella protects the bride from evil spirits and symbolizes positive energy, luck, and the transition to marriage.
The first thing I noticed was that the groom isn't smiling very much. I'm assuming that's him on the right side of the bride. Boy, I do love that red umbrella though. It's covering all 3 of them, And it's just such a nice contrast of color, especially, with the blacks and the reds, and then the bright and white. And there's no distractions in the background. There's no people hiding in the background. It's just very pleasing in its simplicity. Thank you.
Travel Masters, 7 images. Hides are popular destinations for wildlife photographers, mainly in the dry seasons when water is scarce. Here a water buck drinks while another animal waits in the background. Kenya.
Nice travel image. It's a lovely image on its own. What's great about this too is that your eye level, the photographer's eye level with this water buck, and that little tiny animal on the side, I didn't know what that was at first, and I just find that really kind of, that the animal must be far away for it to be that small. So yet it's got these big ears. So I find that kind of a really added interest to this image. I think one detail that would elevate this image even more would be to make sure the waterbuck's head was separated from the tree, because together it just kind of, the head just kind of smushes into the tree. But I know situations are not always easy to control. But if just moving slightly to the left would have hopefully given you that perspective that I'm talking about. But nicely done. Thank you.
Backroads. Explore the eastern Sierra of California to view the magnificent autumn colors and spectacular scenery. Heading toward Mammoth Mountain near June Lake.
This is a beautiful scene, very typical of the season. Here, the trees are at their peak with a little snow on the mountain. And this is the thing about this is, look at the light, this beautiful light, and it's making these trees pop. And that contrasts nicely with a darker background where the clouds are making the shadows. And roads are common, I think, in scenes like this, but I don't mind, because roads make wonderful leading lines, and this image is no exception. Thank you.
Formerly a church, museum, and now a mosque is the Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. At the heart of the mosque is the Grand Dome, an engineering marvel that has seen earthquakes, collapses, and restorations.
This has all kinds of different lines in it that just carry your eye throughout the image. Curved lines and straight lines and diagonal lines, which help to really make the lines dynamic. I kind of wish, though, that I think the image would feel complete if the gold ornament-like feature at the top had been included. So I'm sorry that this is missing that, but that would have been a very interesting feature to include in this image. Thank you.
Roadside attractions on Route 66 include an abandoned zoo, Two Guns, Arizona.
This is one of those roadside attractions, and I've never seen it before, and I've seen a few Route 66 attractions, but this is very unusual and certainly abandoned. It makes me wonder how big it was, since it's a zoo. How big was it back in the day? But for me, I felt emotion in this image. For me, this image was more than just an abandoned structure. It represents a culture that once was, and now it's lost and gone, and it can never be replaced. Thank you.
Folk heritage, wrestlers at Nadam Festival, Olgi, Mongolia. A competitor in traditional Zodog Shudog attire transitions from the arena against a backdrop of the Altai Mountains and spectators.
So the men on the bench seem to be smiling as and perhaps even laughing as this wrestler is walking by. I love his outfit. it's just really great, and but this has a nice composition. The guys on the bench comprise foreground interest, and of course the people in the stadium comprise the background interest. So overall, it's a nice scene to look at. There's humor in this, and I did enjoy this. Thank you.
Troubled times require strong leaders. A family visits the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. monument in Washington, D.C., dramatically lit for evening viewing.
It is solemn and beautifully lit with warm light. It makes the image of Martin Luther King really pop off the page. The side light allows us to see the detail of the shadows outlining the structure of his face and his body. And the frame is filled with the statue, which I very appreciate. And I think what's holding this image back a little for me is simply the placement of the family in the frame. And what I mean by that is that if there was some separation in the two people on the right, and if the woman on the left was moved to the right a little bit so we could see her outline instead of blending in with the dark background, I think that would have really elevated this image, and it would have had more impact. All these little details to be considered, but separation is, I think, one of the really important design elements in photography in general. Thank you.
A stock 4x4 vehicle provides access to the base of the iconic 2,000-foot tall Factory Butte, where one can hike the Mancos Shale radial fins in near total solitude. Hanksville, Utah.
I've never been here before. This picture struck me as a place I would like to go. The frame is filled with lines and triangles and shapes. And I think the icing on the cake is that hiker, which I didn't even notice at first. He's so small, and yet he's so significant in the image because it really gives this image scale. I like the mention of the 4x4 vehicle. And to me, this would be a place where a lot of 4x4s, people who use those would like to go, like me. So very nice. Thank you.
Okay, we've covered all of the images.
Yep.
To show the winners.
Nature, basic plus intermediate, 3 images. Third place, Helen.
I don't think she's here tonight.
Congratulations to Helen. Second place. Helen also. Congratulations again. First place. Lindsay. I take it Lindsay's not here as well.
Not here, yes.
I don't think so.
Nature Masters, 6 images. Honorable mention. Jennifer.
Well, thank you. I really found these butterflies fascinating, and it's just a really worthwhile thing to go and see.
It's incredible.
Amazing
cool.
shot.
Yeah,
Somebody right there.
it was.
What a great experience.
It was a great experience. Had its toughness to it. It was at 11,300 feet.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so getting up there was a bit of a process, but it was well worth it. I was thrilled to be able to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know they drank water like that.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Interesting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Honorable mention, Tamara.
Look at that tiny baby.
I know.
It is
You
little.
usually don't see them with the bull. You see them with their moms. So it's interesting too. And what a super tusker.
Well, only 30 left in Africa. That's amazing. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad.
Congratulations to Tamara. Honorable mention, Cindy.
Wow.
Yes. Woohoo.
Oh,
Great
thank you very
image.
much.
A lot of
They're
action there.
pretty vicious, huh?
Congratulations. Third place, Pat.
Oh, wow, Pat.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty remote. You have to ride in a super Jeep. And what they first do in order to get to this place, it's not on the normal track. They have to deflate the tires on these super Jeeps. And then it was winter, so it's a little more exciting. And then when you come back, they have to reinflate them when they go on the roads. So it was a challenge to get there, but interesting place, really beautiful.
Really beautiful.
Congratulations. Second place, Herb.
Cool. I love the bubbles.
Oh, wow. Thank you. This was a lot of fun to take. We were underwater, snorkeling around, and I was surprised to see this guy come right up to me and blow a bunch of bubbles. And in doing research after, that's not a unique behavior. This is what they are known for. So thank you.
Very
Congrat- Congratulations. First place, Cindy.
It's
Yay.
beautiful. Great
It's
image.
stunning, stunning.
Yeah, great shot.
Did Cindy leave?
I'm here.
She's there. It's cool.
Really great.
Thank you.
Amazing you got the eye peeking through.
Exactly. Yeah.
I took enough shots. I
Yeah.
took this out of a kitchen window in a place I was staying in.
Wow.
What
a
blessing.
Yeah.
KwaZulu-Natal. And must have stayed there for probably 4 hours watching the sky start from a blade of grass. And he was still working on it the next morning when I came back.
Wow.
Amazing.
Nice observation. Great
That's pretty
image.
Thank you
neat.
very much.
Congratulations. Pictorial, basic plus intermediate, 4 images. Honorable mention, Fritz. Hey, Fritz is back.
Yay, Fritz.
Fritz.
I've been trying to figure out how to shoot photos in fog because we have a lot of fog here. And it's kind of dreary when you're underneath it, but it's pretty not bad when you have a flying camera and you can get up above it.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Congratulations. Third place, Fritz again.
Yeah, same spiel.
Same fog.
Yeah.
Great
Very
shot.
different image
Lots
though.
there's a mother load of photos in the fog out there. So it's yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like Bill's waves. Fritz is into fog instead.
Wonderful.
Kind of early dementia, I think, probably, but you know.
Congratulations. Second place, Helen.
Yeah, really, Helen.
Yeah. Love the dirt. Great
Yeah, it's beautiful.
catch.
Yeah, she's great at getting horses running at her.
One way or another.
Congratulations to Helen. First place,
Oh,
Martin.
Nice.
very nice. That light is amazing.
It's
Yeah, great light.
beautiful.
I want to go there.
I know, me too.
Congratulations to Martin. Pictorial Advance, 3 images. Third place,
Mm.
Ellen.
Mm.
Nice.
She was here. Oh,
Sorry, I was on mute. Those leaves are part of his costume. You know, I debated taking them out, but you can see they go over his shoulder.
Mhm.
So if they're distracting, I guess that's an issue, but they were there.
He's got a
It's
great
beautiful.
face.
Really beautiful. Perfect
Great
face.
colors.
Yeah, his expression
Yeah,
comes
that's what makes it for me.
Yeah. I mean, all the stuff, the coloring and the costume that he for the outfit for this is wonderful. And just that
his
frosting
eyes.
of his eyes and his mouth and just his gesture. It's a beautiful capture.
And the palette is so consistent. I mean, his hair and his body are the same color, and the feathers. It's amazing.
Yeah. The lighting is great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Second place, Amy.
I was thinking that was yours, Amy.
Yeah, my favorite rundown fence in all of Petaluma, in a land with many rundown fences. So. Thank you.
Yeah, the colors, those simple colors on each side, it gives such a feeling of peacefulness, yet aged, and it's seen a lot. It really speaks a lot. And I really love what Jan said about how the hinge connects them too. It hinges them together.
It's all hinged on the hinge.
I love that little branch, that little vine that comes through the hole and then disappears through the fence again.
Yeah, I like those little the vine and the little hole and the graffiti. Those are kind of my favorite parts. But
We can call it wood hinge.
wood hinge, right? There you go.
Congratulations. First place, Ronnie.
Very nice.
Because she's not here.
I don't think so.
That was a great event. I love that event.
Great light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ronnie. Pictorial Masters, 6 images. Honorable mention, Liz.
So
That's
pretty.
really nice.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Riverfront. I always, if I don't bring my camera, I'm mad.
Don't leave without it.
No.
Congratulations. Honorable mention, Sherry.
Oh, thank you. This is Chinatown, San Francisco.
Really?
Some
Love the title.
street photography.
Wow. Fear the
Clever.
sausage. I love it.
It's
Very
great.
clever. Nice.
I mean, you did capture that moment and with such humor and
Yes.
Thank you. It was fun. It was a fun day.
Congratulations. Honorable mention, Liz.
Well,
Beautiful, Liz.
Beautiful leaves.
A great contrast of colors and detail and texture.
I love lichen.
And
I do
simplicity.
too.
You're licking?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Leave it alone, Sherry.
Okay.
I know, somebody's
Third
funny,
place.
funny tonight.
Somebody had her
place.
edibles.
Third place, Tamara.
cool.
Yeah, I
So
love the
cool.
lines and the feeling, and I think
Palette.
she got a good,
Yeah,
good one for this place.
the glowing light. Yeah, the glowing light through the doorways.
Beautiful.
Congratulations to Tamara. Second place.
Mm,
Beautiful photo.
stunning.
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Whole new world.
Bill,
Literally.
cursor on screen.
How big a telescope did you have to use?
Not a telescope. I used my Sony A7R5 camera with a 200 millimeter lens and a tracker.
Wow.
But
Wow.
it has a huge sensor, so you can actually crop. I don't have a modified camera, but there is a lot you need to do post shooting, hundreds of images to deal with. It's complicated, but it's really fun, and it's humbling when you look at the universe and you think how big it is.
Wow.
And how
Yeah.
far away that, the 2.5 million years for that light to reach our eyes, and how humans weren't even on Earth at that moment. It just
Wow.
boggles the mind, really.
Yeah.
Bill, cursor on screen.
Oh, thanks. How about there? Can you see it there?
Yep.
Okay.
Gone.
Let's take it off completely, then it won't
there you go.
advance.
Congratulations. First place.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh,
Really.
Jennifer.
yeah, thank you. This is a canyon in Japan, and we were on a little boat floating by this, and I just found it fascinating. And it's the dark line and the light area make sort of a diamond. It just really fascinated me. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice. Love the
Absolutely.
colors.
Yeah, the colors were fantastic.
Amazing.
Is that called malachite green?
Could
Sounds
be.
good.
Congratulations. Stillness and movement. Basic. One image. First place, Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah.
Sherry's going to do a color program.
Yep.
Sounds really interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations to Martin. Stillness and movement advanced. 4 images. Honorable mention. Linda.
Oh, wow. I think she left.
Yeah, I think she left us.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
That's beautiful.
Congratulations to Linda. Third place. Jennifer.
Thank you. I saw this right after the announcement came out about the categories, and this just really struck me as
yeah.
Perfect.
Is this at Many Moons?
yes, the many moons. Yeah, it was really fun. I'd go again next year. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
that was a good event.
There is going to be one too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's a great shot with the face in the background.
It is.
Really adds a lot.
Congratulations. Second place. Bill.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
That was great. That photo bomb.
Yeah, very interesting.
You expect him, Bill?
What's that?
Were you expecting him?
I just sat down at a nice place I could sit and just took pictures of people interacting with these figures.
Mhm.
And so I had a very comfortable spot, and I took a million shots, and I saw this flash of yellow out on the corner of my eye off to the right. I just caught him.
Good.
Just caught him in time.
Oh,
Good catch.
yeah.
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 Thank you.
Congratulations. First place,
Mm.
Oh,
Ronnie.
yeah.
Oh, Ronnie. Yeah.
Nice.
It's so dynamic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the off-kilter orientation.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's really
Yeah, it really makes it
makes it
Very good
dynamic.
choice.
unique.
Great idea. I'm going to copy that. Another shot.
The Dutch tilt, yeah.
All in our own way.
I love cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, it just pulls you right in.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ronnie. Travel, basic plus intermediate, 2 images, second place, Lindsay.
I think she's not here.
I like the audience.
Yeah.
I do too, yeah.
One with an iPhone.
Why do they include so many decimal places?
Wow, that is weird.
Oh.
Yes.
It's
Boy, you
iPhone.
never know with that
Probably-
apple.
Yeah,
It's a setting.
everyone counts.
Congratulations to Lindsay. First place, Martin.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Great shot.
He got a hat trick, I believe.
Nice story too.
Mhm.
I like his story.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Martin. Travel Advanced, 3 images, third place, Ellen.
Thank you. This was taken from a boat in front of going down the coast, and I have to look back, and I don't know if I had more water or not. But I was fascinated with the road that goes right across the front of the town like that.
I think
And yet,
photos add a lot of interest.
Congratulations.
Like that part.
Second place,
Mhm.
Ronnie.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations to Ronnie. First place,
Mm.
Oh,
Amy.
Yeah. Yeah, I cropped out a ton of people out of this, and just focused on these people, but it was so cool to just like be at this site and just see this procession walking by.
Mhm.
I felt like I was there at just the right time, and then when I was researching it for this competition, I found out that they have a lot of weddings there. So I guess it's like the place to go for weddings. If you want to do a traditional Shinto wedding in Tokyo. So but anyway, it was just amazing seeing all these people, and all the wedding party was very elaborate too.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Travel Masters, 4 images, honorable mention, Pat.
That's great.
Yeah, these wrestlers are amazing. We have to take a flight from Ulaanbaatar to get to this rural area in far western Mongolia. And I remember one of the people that was traveling with us, she sat on the plane next to one of these guys, and she had no room. She was just they're huge. She said it was the worst flight of her life.
that's a great photo. I
Mhm.
love that. It's very funny.
Very nice.
Congratulations. Third place,
Oh,
Sherry.
Oh, thank you. This is 66, which is now on 40 at this point, but the old 66 runs right behind it, and it's east of Flagstaff, and it's funny it's called Two Guns because it's pretty close to Twin Arrows.
I like the mountain lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read up
That's
on the
great.
guy. I read up on the guy. They actually attacked him a couple of times. I'm not sure how big it was. I understand your question, Jan. There's a lot of rock and debris and whatnot, and that spans a big area, but I don't know if that was all zoo or not.
Good. Yeah, I keep thinking about that, but I love I didn't even see the mountain lions at first. I mean, printed up there because I just took it as part of the rock, the texture, and all of a sudden it popped out at me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool place.
I really love the graffiti of Route 60.
Mm-hmm.
We even got the Route 66 in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
In case we didn't know. Huh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. Second place. Linda.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Oh, no,
I love
it's
the lighting and
fabulous.
trees.
That's her palette.
It is.
Yeah.
Those trees are gorgeous. Oh,
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Make it.
Lovely composition. Huh?
Yep.
I'm
Got
sorry
the
she
eye for
logged
the
off.
big landscape.
Those clouds.
Congratulations to Linda. First place.
Oh,
Herb.
Sure, I knew it.
There's
hi,
Lori.
Lori. Hi, Lori.
She's not wearing red.
Thank you. This is a fun place to go outside of Hanksville, Utah, where lots of interesting places with the 4-wheel drive, and of course that's Lori in the foreground, my signature piece of scale. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And best image of the evening goes to
Oh, congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations.
Nice, Cindy.
Great shot.
Thank you. I'm
Lovely.
very surprised, but
That's really cool.
Congratulations.
Very cool. I love it.
It was very hard. It was a very difficult choice. There were so many good images tonight.
There really were.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
thanks,
very
Jan.
much.
Thank you.
Enjoyed your,
Great
enjoyed your
job.
comments.
Yeah, thank you, Jan.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy judging your.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.